so true. Our courage will pull us through. You teach me and I'll teach you. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all, gotta catch 'em all, Pokemon.
What's going on YouTube? This is Necrostevo and you're watching one of my narrated Wi-Fi battle videos. We are slowly approaching X and Y, and I have stepped out of my cryogenic chamber to put up a video because there's a little timer on the inside that tells me when it's Friday or Tuesday. Pop out, put up a video, go back in. So today's a Ubers match that I had against Trainer Connor back on the day of my birthday when I was just looking for battles. And this was actually a pretty fun match. Of course, I've had a lot of Ubers matches lately because of the Palkia Giratina Dialga event at GameStop. He starts off with the Groudon, I start out with Mewtwo, and I wanted to see what type of Groudon he is. If he is not bulky, he cannot take an Ice Beam from my Mewtwo, because I'm running a Max Special Attack bulkier spread Mewtwo to run Calm Minds as well. And based on how well he takes that, I know that he is definitely a bulky Groudon, which means I can take any hit from him. And that means I'm going to set up a Calm Mind, because I don't want to just go straight for another Ice Beam, knowing he has an Arceus on his team. So he actually switches in Arceus here, and I find out that it's Arceus holding the Icicle Plate, which is perfect, because I'm just going to go for an Aura Sphere at +1 off of Mewtwo's fantastic special attack stat. He actually goes for a Calm Mind as well, probably thinking that he could take that a lot better than he did. Either that or probably not banking on me to have Aura Sphere. But Ice Beam, Psy Strike, and Aura Sphere is actually pretty good coverage for Ubers. Now, the way he goes out into Venusaur here, I know he's probably running Timid, so there's no way I'm going to outspeed that. I just need to take some Sleep Fodder here, so I decided to go out into Heatran, banking on the fact that he probably doesn't have Earthquake, and hoping that I'll wake up quickly enough to either set up my Stealth Rocks, or maybe burn something with Lava Plume. This is one of those Heatrans that I got lucky and got off the GTS, just by putting up a Heatran, getting a Heatran in return, going, no, I don't like that Heatran, put up that same Heatran, ask for another Heatran, putting him up, taking him out, putting him up, taking him out, until I get something that's actually more usable. And I'm doing that currently with Thundurus as well. It's actually a fun game because you get a lot of people in your Join Avenue, and you get to see a lot of wacky nicknames. But anyways though, I actually end up sleeping the full 3 turns of sleep, which kind of sucks. I probably could have actually... Number 1, Groudon is going to get significant Leech Seed and Leftovers recovery, which puts him out of the range from a KO from my Mewtwo's Ice Beam. And also, I don't get up my entry hazards. I don't really have anything that I want to risk switching into Groudon. Groudon can carry Thunder Wave and Stone Edge, so switching in Rayquaza, whom also can't KO it with the attacks that I have on it without a Swords Dance, is not a very good idea. So now I'm going to switch in Mewtwo. Knowing that I can still live any one hit, I'm going to go for Ice Beam, hoping for a 2-hit KO from this point. I knew I wouldn't KO him from that point based on how well he took the one earlier. And he actually is going to get a critical hit Earthquake here. So Groudon has some serious willpower, and I know that critical hit mattered just because of how bulky my Mewtwo is. And Mewtwo is no slouch defensively, actually. I guess we'll see some changes there with the new X and Y forms. Maybe there'll be some changes to his defenses. But now I know that he's probably going to bring in Sableye in response to me bringing out my Groudon, and I actually was unsure if a Life Orb Outrage would kill Sableye. I did not know. I didn't want to risk it and not KO it and then get my Rayquaza burned. And an Earthquake is a 2-hit KO, but again, it's like I really can't get burned at this point. I don't have any way to heal off the burn. This is my Poison Plate Arceus, and unlike my Arceus that doesn't carry a plate, it doesn't have Heal Bell. Toxic Plate Arceus, at least the set that I came up with, has Ice Beam, Perish Song, Will-O-Wisp, and Recover. And he taunts me here, which kind of actually puts a huge dent in my plan because I can't use any of my moves, and Ice Beam really isn't going to do that much. It's really just there to do good damage against things like Rayquaza, which really can't touch this Arceus. I think even an Earthquake with the investment that I have, a Life Orb Earthquake from a Rayquaza, is a 2-hit KO. So, yeah, I think after Swords Dance, though, that's a comfortable 1-hit KO. But anyways, though, I'm just going to switch out into my Ditto. I've been running Ditto in Ubers with a lot of entertaining items. I've had a lot of fun using it with red card, switching it in on their more defensive Pokemon. That's been fun. Here, the only thing that I can do is taunt his Sableye, because I don't want it bringing my Rayquaza, so now I get an opportunity to set up. But unfortunately, he's just going to go for Nightshade again. I was hoping he'd switch out, but that's okay. That means I still get a really powerful hit off on something. And now I figured, what the hell. Let's see if the Outrage would have KO'd it. And it turns out that it would have. So I really should have just gone for that initially instead of trying to play it safe. But, you know, running calcs and stuff during a friendly match is not really my thing. So I don't have a lot of experience with attacking Sableye with the Rayquaza. Don't play Ubers a lot. So, anyways though. My Zekrom is Choice Scarfed. I'm just going to go for a Draco Meteor here to keep him guessing. You don't often see Draco Meteor on Zekrom. Mine has Draco Meteor, Bolt Strike, Fusion Bolt, and Outrage, I believe. And Fusion Bolt is just there for when I can't afford to miss the Bolt Strike. He switches out into Deoxys. I was actually pretty sure a Draco Meteor would put a pretty big dent in him. I have a Naive Zekrom. I believe it's the one I caught my first time through Black. And it actually had great IVs. Naive Nature is kind of meh, because Zekrom is actually pretty bulky. But, that's neither here nor there. I was actually surprised to see that this Dark Pulse takes me out. I wasn't expecting it to do that much damage, especially being unstabbed. But Deoxys is nothing to play around with. Deoxys can actually comfortably KO Mewtwo pretty easily with Shadow Ball, as long as it's an attack form, and Mewtwo isn't super bulky. But at the same token, Mewtwo has a lot of issues KOing Defense Deoxys if it's in its defense form, so it'll be interesting again to see how those new forms shake things up a little bit. Now, I knew he had a Garchomp. I did not know at this point that the Garchomp was Scarfed, so it doesn't end up mattering. I could have just locked myself into Outrage right there, and I guess that may have mattered, because then he would have had to go for Outrage and then another Outrage, I guess. I don't think there was any way for me to get out of that, because his Scarfer is faster than mine, and I don't have any way of stalling. And of course my Ditto was not Choice Scarf, so he would still outspeed it. So I think there was no way for me to get out of that situation. So that was still a pretty fun match. It ends up being a 1-0 or an 0-1 score, I think. I think I knocked out all this stuff except for Garchomp, at least. Did I forget anything? Oh no, I didn't knock out Venusaur. I definitely didn't knock out Venusaur. I would always remember that, because I would lament it so. No tears, though. No tears for knocking out a Venusaur. But yeah, that was a pretty enjoyable match overall. I enjoyed it, so thank you very much, Trainer Connor, for the fun match. Yeah, as we approach X and Y, I am kind of just in this mind space where I'm just trying to go through my everyday dealings, and hopefully if I try to ignore it, because I haven't seen any of the latest spoilers. I did go ahead and watch Pokemon Origins, so I did see Mega Charizard X, but of course that was actually in the anime, so I don't really consider that. I don't know if that is a spoiler or not, if they put it in the anime. It's not like the same as a leak, at least to me. Like, I haven't seen the evolutions for Swirlix or Squirty. I haven't seen their evolutions or anything like that. So, and apparently there's a set of car keys floating around. I don't know anything about that. But I haven't seen any of those things, which is kind of cool, because now I'm really excited, because the reviews have been really, really great so far for X and Y, and the reviews have been really good about being spoiler-free as well. So I am interested to know what particular aspect about X and Y are you guys most excited about. For me, the most exciting thing is just seeing how the new metagame develops, both in-game and in our competitive sphere. Having a new type, I started competitive battling in Generation 2, so I actually had not seen a new type. I was competitive battling as they changed from the physical special split. But this is the first time I've seen a new type get introduced into the competitive battling sphere. So I'm interested to see what you guys are most excited about for X and Y, whether it be the Mega Evolutions, or just new Pokemon in general, or, I don't know, Pokemon Bank and Pokemon Transfer, which unfortunately won't be out until December 20-something, or December. They won't be out until December, but that'll give us plenty of time to play through the game anyway. They probably just don't want people, actually, they probably wouldn't even care about that. They're probably just still working on it and making sure that they work within the infrastructure of the games. But yeah, I am going to go. I have basically this week. I'm trying to train and breed as many Pokemon in Black and White 2 as I possibly can. Because once X and Y comes out, I'm probably going to step away from it for a while. So yesterday, utilizing all 3 or 4 of my versions, I trained 2 Pokemon and I EV trained a third. It took like 3 hours, and I also bred in that same 3 hours like 3 or 4 Pokemon. So I was just playing 3 DSs at one time while reading some articles online about the stupid government stuff that's going on in America right now. I just wish I had Machamp's arms. Anyways, I've gone on way too long for anyone who's still here. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I will be looking for battles some next week. And so feel free to hit me up, whether it's on Skype or Twitter or my Facebook page. One of those. Don't message me on YouTube. That's annoying when people message me on YouTube. It's impossible to set up things on YouTube. You guys have a great weekend. I'll talk to you all later. Bye now.